some days I wake up sort of one week and I do have DOMs, the next week I don't, and I punish myself. I'm like, well then, you've screwed it up now, you absolute wank stain. Last week you clearly worked harder than now, and then I have to go and do it all again. Time, a minute of the bald a-hole here. I was going to call myself fitness expert extraordinaire, but it's not true. It's not true at all. Just a moron who likes to talk about the gym on YouTube, and that's about that. But hopefully I can get a little bit of information in your head here and there, and if not, that's what the comment section is for. You can yell at me. Don't we live in a weird 2020 world? You can yell at me. You can yell at me on Instagram and Twitter at Simon316. You can just call me whatever you want, and nobody will stop you. And if I wipe the comment, I then get called a dick. Strange times. What else is strange are things that we have to experience in the gym that nobody else will ever understand. I realized this other day when I was doing a particular exercise and I looked down at a certain part of my body and I was like, nobody else has this. And the only reason I do have this is because I've decided to drag my ass to a gym for the last 20 or so years. So I'm going to bring them to you now, and hopefully you'll have them too, and we can have a little laugh together. But yeah, number 8, this is where it all began, is deadlift shins, which is a term I've just made up, but I'm pretty sure it's a common one. I have cuts and bruises. There they are. You can see them right now. I have cuts and bruises all over my shins from where I've been doing deadlifts. And this is where, obviously, from where the bar has been smashing into them. Sometimes when I'm going up or down with the movement, I'm scraping them across the bone, essentially. And I haven't only ripped off the skin, I have scars from the amount of times that there have been cuts and I've reopened them. Some days I'm just in the shower and I look down after a day of doing deadlifts and they're bleeding. That can't be normal. That can't be healthy. But the name is health and fitness. But this is what we have. And sometimes you'll be out in shorts and people go, why do you have cuts on your shins? And you go, well, I just really wanted to lift heavy weights. It was really important to me. So, I sacrificed the way my shins looked. That's odd, man. And we just accept it. In fact, I wear it like a badge of honor. It's like a war scar to me. I was like, I've lifted so many deadlifts over the years. Now, look at my stupid shins. And you may have them too. And now you'll be rubbing them and you'll be looking down and laughing at them. But only you and I appreciate them. Everybody else thinks you're bizarre. Number 7 is that we want to be in pain. We want to be in pain. We long for being in pain. Not just in the gym. When you're trying to get to the point that you're at failure, so there's so much blood in your muscles, the pump, it hurts. Remember Arnie said, it's better than sex. Maybe it is sometimes.
I'm like getting the feeling of coming in the gym. I'm getting the feeling of coming at home. I'm getting the feeling of coming backstage when I pump up, when I pose out in front of 5,000 people.
But also you then want to wake up the next day and you want to have delayed pain because your muscle is now repairing itself. And you desire this feeling to such a degree that if you do not get it, you think you've let yourself down. You think you're a failure.
What's the matter? Well, I would think you'd be used to failing by now.
Think of that. You think you're a failure despite the fact that you got up off your ass, you ate well, you went to the gym, you trained hard, you came back the next day, and because now you're not going, my legs, my arms, or whatever, you think you're a failure. We are a strange breed, are we human beings? There's no such thing as failure. I don't want to get off on a tangent here, but you can't fail as long as you try. If you try, you've already succeeded. Because that's the secret of life, according to me, Simon Miller, more on the internet. But I find it baffling to me. I find it baffling. You can go, I'm really annoyed. And then your significant other will go, why? It's like, well, I trained bicep yesterday and my bicep, it doesn't really hurt. And they're looking at you like you just slapped their mother and they're trying to figure out what's going on. But I do it too. And I long for it. Some days I wake up sort of one week and I do have DOMs, the next week I don't, and I punish myself. I'm like, well then, you've screwed it up now, you absolute wank stain. Last week you clearly worked harder than now, and then I have to go and do it all again. Number 6 is that when you are in the actual gym, and this is 100% of people that I know in the gym, you know them, because you go, all right mate, all right brother, and you give them a little nod and a wave, but you don't know their names. In what other walk of life can you say that's true? You may get people's names wrong in other walk of life, like in the office or maybe you go to a coffee shop or something. But in the gym, you get so used to recognizing sometimes you just have conversations with them. You're like, all right, dude, all right, bro, all right, man, all right, buddy, all right, pal.
I'm not your buddy, friend. He's not your friend, guy. I'm not your guy, buddy. He's not your buddy, friend.
Honestly, there is probably 10 to 15 people at my gym that I can recognize enough to give them a nod. But if they then kicked me in the balls and I fell down to my knees and they put a gun in my face and said, tell me my name or I'll shoot you, I'm like, you got to shoot me, buddy, pal, friend, mate, dude. I don't know your name unless it is buddy, mate, pal, or dude. If not, I'm really, really struggling. I just think that's fascinating. Some of them, I know how they celebrate their week. I know what they do over their weekends. I know not when their birthdays are, but if they have a birthday, so they had a birthday. I know what cars they drive, either because they mention it or I see them leaving in the gym. But I don't know the most basic aspect. I know what they lift. I know what they bench. I know what their goals are. But I can't say, hi, Steve. Hi, Larry. Hi, Jen. Nope, they don't exist. Number 5 is an overwhelming fear of January. And you know what I'm talking about. Don't pretend you don't have it. When January rolls around and everybody has just ruined themselves with carbohydrates and fats over the Christmas festive period, they decide my New Year's resolution is to go to the gym and get in shape. And then gyms start doing discounts on subscriptions and they start reeling them in like fish. And then all of a sudden the gym has gone from being like 33% full to being 98% full at all times. And you can't get any of your equipment. You can't do any of the stuff that you want to do. And it absolutely pisses you off, especially because you know come February, all these same people would have gone again because they don't live up to their New Year's resolutions.
I'm collecting resolution cards.
Not doing that.
Why not?
I've achieved plenty, and there's no better than the best.
I have it every single January. I dread all of this. I dread it. And really, overall, I'm just ecstatic they have come to the gym. But because I know that they are not going to stay there, I'm like, it's just a waste of everybody's time. I get on now hypocrite because I said as long as you try, you know, that you haven't failed. So I'm not saying they failed. They have not. But they certainly have made the gym more like a nightclub than I would like. I used to go to one gym. What was it called? Fit Space? I think it was called Fit Space. You had to use to queue for machines in January. Queue. And it's not like you could go on another one because they would have queues as well. That is called oversubscribing. Number 4 is planning a holiday and being more concerned about the gym situation than your hotel, the price of the flight, what you're going to eat, or any of the weather, any of the usual things that people would equate with holidays go out the window because we want to figure out the gym situation. And my poor girlfriend has to go through this every time when she finds a hotel. And I go, wait a minute. Let's say it's called the TV hotels, the TV right there, TV hotel. No, that gym doesn't look any good. And that's almost impossible because almost all hotel gyms are crap. So eventually you get bored of that one. So you start searching for pay-as-you-go gyms in walking distance of the hotel. That's my main concern. Like, it could be anywhere. Like, we want to go to the slums of the earth, like a place you wouldn't want to visit. But as long as it has an accessible gym, I will find a way to enjoy that holiday. I do it every time. The last holiday I went on was earlier this year. And I honestly went through so many hotels trying to figure out. And then at the end, I just went, you know what, there's a gym here. It's 24 hours. It's pay-as-you-go, sorry. I'm going to go to that one. I'm not going to tell you the figure. But my word, did they charge a lot for a 3-day pass? It was way over. They knew what they were doing. But I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to enjoy this holiday unless I can go to the gym. Now, I want to take this point to say when you do go on holiday, you don't have to go to the gym. It really doesn't matter. There's stuff you can do in your hotel room. You could just take the week off. It's just something that I like to do. It makes me a moron and it makes me mental. But it does actually make me enjoy the holiday more. But you are allowed to take time off. I just want to make that clear. Number 3 is when you walk into the gym and you're all ready to do your cardio and some mother hubbard is on your piece of equipment. Now, don't worry about the fact that you didn't buy it, and that piece of equipment throughout the day is being used by probably many, many different people. This is your time. You go to the gym at half 4 every single day, and Brian over there, you don't know his name, no, dude, pal, buddy, man, is on your treadmill, he's on your stepper, he's on your cross trainer, he's on your bike, he's on your rowing machine. And then you get on a different one, and even though it's exactly the same make, because all gyms buy in bulk, because it's in a different position, and because you're not used to it, you feel uncomfortable, and you can't have as good as a workout. And you're probably laughing now, going, "Sam, what a stupid thing to say." But deep down, you know that it's true. Number 2 ties into the hotel one. At one point, it takes over your whole life. It just does. Whether you get into it really quickly because it's making you feel good and you don't realize that you're dedicating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to it, whether it happens by proxy. I've been there, I talk about it all the time, and you think, oh my gosh, I can't do anything without having the gym just come and smack its head into my face. And it's great in one way, because if you are that dedicated, you are going to see great gains. But I think more often than not, when you do throw yourself into it to that degree, it kind of becomes a hardship, which is the one thing you want to stay away from. But yeah, I tell you, there are times I've got to eat, I've got to eat 215, I've got to eat 415, I've got to get in 6 liters of water, I've got to get this much protein, this much carbohydrates, but now this work meeting's come up, and I don't care about work anymore now. I've been fired, I don't care, I'm just going to go to the gym now, I've run out of money, I don't care, I'm going to sell myself. What does that mean? Don't know, but I'm going to sell myself to get money to go to the gym. It's like a habit. It's like an addict, but you can't get enough of it. And I'd much rather be that way than not wanting to go. But it is a treacherous tightrope that you walk. You want to be on the tightrope at all times. So you don't want to fall off the right side to where you give up, but you don't want to fall off the left side when it dominates everything. And it can be really, really difficult, especially when you have other things going on in your life. Maybe you go through a breakup is the best thing to describe all of this. If you go through a breakup, you are literally on this not literally, but you are on this tightrope to the point you're either going to stop going to the gym altogether because you're so sad you don't care, or you decide, well, I'm going to get myself in the best shape ever and show this fool that broke up with me that now that I've got chiseled abs, they regret it. 99% of the time that actually does work. But, doing something out of spite usually not the base motivator ever. And after all of that, that's usually when you have to, again, reel yourself back a little bit and go, it's okay, everything's all right. I'm now feeling better. Let's ensure this is a positive walk of life and not the tightrope of death. Number 1 is the worst of all time. And I bet some of you watching this are that person. I'm very proud to say I've never done this. It's the mate that tells you they want to come to the gym and then they never turn up. Worse than that, they don't message to tell you they're not going to turn up because either they're a little bit embarrassed or they're still asleep. I used to go to the gym every morning on a Sunday. I think the gym opened about 8:30. And I had a friend of mine, bless him, he's a lovely guy, still love him to this day. He's like, I'll be there, Simon. And I was like, sweet man, we're going to train. We're going to have a great time. Because more often than not, I train by myself. I prefer it. I like music blasting in my head and so on and so forth. And he wouldn't come. And then I had to stand there, 8:40, 8:50. And then eventually 9, I'm like, I'm working out, usually just as the damn pre-workout's wearing off. Happens all over the world. Happens every time. Friendships have ended. Talk about breakups. Friendships have ended because of this. And if you are a true gym goer, there's always one guy or one girl that wants to jump on your bandwagon. They want to jump on your train because they look at you, they can see you're in shape. They think, well, if I work out with him or her, maybe I can look like them. And then when it comes to waking up or actually making the effort to even go, they don't bother. So really, it's quite a good thing. They can't even be asked to make it to the outside of the gym. What the hell are they going to be like inside? But I know those people are watching. Don't let gym friends down. There you go, 8 things you're only experience if you go to the gym. And even though I've just ragged on all of them, I flipping love them and I wouldn't change it for the world. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, ding, ding. There'll be another video on the screen right now. Click it if you want to carry on seeing my bald head. Otherwise, Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, merchandise, all in the description down there. Thank you so much for joining me. See you soon.